All right, on today's show, I welcome on a special guest is John Estes. He's a senior guard for Prout boys high school basketball team. John, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I want to say congratulations on the win against EWG in the
Thank
playoffs.
you.
You had a great game yesterday. What was it like for you guys just to kind of like you lost the first one and then this one you actually came back and especially like in a very intense game. What was that game like? And what was
Yeah, no, it felt really good to get this game. We knew that we didn't give it our best. We had a really bad game the first time we played, a lot of turnovers, couldn't get a lot of things going offensively, but it felt really good to get that game yesterday, especially because like from the middle of the third quarter on, it just felt like a dogfight. Like every possession mattered from that point, and it felt really good. Like we kept going like up 2, up 4. They would always answer, but it felt really good to pull away in the end and not give up that lead.
Yeah, you guys pulled away by 7 at the end there, and it was
Yeah.
it was like that was so much fun. Like from being a fan point of view to watch that game, you guys did a great job, and it was awesome for you. But like, what's the season been like for you? Because man, you've been playing some really good basketball lately, and it's been like every time I feel like I look at the box score, you're somewhere between the 20s and the 30s. Like, what has the season meant to you to kind of just play the way you've been playing?
This season's actually meant a lot to me because it goes back to like even like in quarantine when no one was really watching. I was just at my house, just doing everything I could. Like my days in the spring and summer would just revolve around trying to get better at basketball, and it means a lot to me to be able to like showcase it now and doing as good as I have been. And my team's also been getting better as long as the season goes on. And I feel like it's all coming together. Like it's a testament to how much work I put in
Yeah, it's definitely
in the
showing
off
the
season.
court. Yeah, you're doing great, man. I mean, it shows it's
Thank
definitely
you.
the court people taking notice for sure. What's it been like too as well, just having a weird season for especially for you and your senior teammates. What's this season mean for you guys and then to get to where you are today as well?
This season's been like so different from any other season. Like every game, like it feels like we had actually had senior night early just in case, like our second game of the season, just in case we had to shut down. And it just it felt like the beginning of the season when we were playing like our 7th game, like right at the end. And in reality, we were right at the end of the season. So, but it feels great to be enjoying the ride. I'm grateful to have the opportunity,
That's great.
especially during this time. It's better than nothing. And I just really want to end on a positive note with all the guys down there. I love all my teammates. So that's
That's
just where we're striving to end on a positive note.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's awesome to first of all, I'm glad everyone out there too got to see get their senior season.
Yeah.
It would have been awful not to have a senior season because of a pandemic and not go out the way you want to go out. But it's an important year for a lot of you guys. Like people are starting to show out. Some colleges start to take more notice to you when you play,
Yeah.
and that's great. That's awesome. Has there been a favorite game during the season or during the regular season that you like the most?
Well, counting us excluding yesterday, I'd say when we played at North Smithfield, we played like really. I actually had I believe I had like 18 points in the first quarter. Like it was ridiculous. Like I just came out like on fire, and then our team like picked up when they focused in on me in the second half. Our team really picked up for me, and they really stepped up and hit open shots. That was another game. We were up like 10 or so in the fourth quarter, and they started to make a run. And I feel like maybe last year we would have lost that game, and this year it just showed our strength and improvement to just like be able to hold that lead and hold strong.
That's
So that
awesome.
was definitely one of my favorite games.
That's great. And how many seniors are there? Is there 5 seniors? Are there? 4?
There's 6. We have 6 seniors.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
So
awesome.
so we're really trying to win this year
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, I definitely. And I mean, it's definitely helpful to have those like an older like team with this year with everything that's going on than a younger team for sure.
Yeah.
Who has been the toughest person for you to guard this year?
For our team to guard or for me?
For you to guard.
For me to guard, when we play really good teams, it's usually a mix of a zone. But I gotta say, when we played Davies, Raheem was pretty good. He's pretty tough.
Yeah.
He hit some crazy shots that game.
Yeah, he's had a great season as well too. I would say he's
He has had a great season.
pretty tough. But I want to know too, because obviously you've been playing great ball. What was the biggest thing that you focused on the most during the off season?
During the off season was kind of creating my own shot and dribbling, like creating my own shot off a dribble, because a lot last year I would just have the luxury that I wasn't really known. I could kind of just like catch and shoot, or like catch and just like maybe one dribble to the basket. It wasn't a lot of like create your own shot. And especially this year, because teams are focusing up on me, I have to be able to kind of create my own. I don't have the luxury this year to just stand around and catch and shoot, because everyone's going to kind of focus in on me and know where I am.
Yeah, you did. I mean, watching a few of your games, you're good. You like to drive in a lot,
Yeah.
and like you mentioned before we were on air, on the EWG game, you went 18 times to the free throw line, which is
that's a big thing, just to keep attacking, because especially my shot wasn't falling yesterday. I was probably like 1 of 6 from 3, but when it wasn't falling, I just started taking it to the basket.
Was there a player that like you like watched that you're like, I want to kind of like do what he does, how he takes it to the basket, like any NBA?
You saying like the NBA, or just like someone I'm trying to replicate?
Someone like NBA or someone you're trying to replicate, or is this?
Yeah. I would say Isaiah Thomas when he was on the Celtics.
Yeah,
for sure. Because I'm not that tall, but like I can still get to the basket, and I rebound pretty. I would say I rebound pretty well from my height also, but just the way he was able to get to the basket, like even over these like 7-footers, and out of 5'9", that's really impressive.
Yeah. He was awesome when he played for the Celtics. The way he got to the hoop and like the way you just find a way to finish is, I think that's the best way to do it. I think that's a good.
For sure. His finishes, like the way he keeps the ball away from the defender, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff I try to replicate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. And how did you really get into basketball? What was the moment that like you knew this was your sport?
It's funny because I didn't play anything outside of like a rec league until like 6th grade.
Really?
So so I started out in like, I'd say 4th grade, just playing rec. I was actually more into football in my younger ages. And then when I got into middle school, I went to North Cumberland Middle School.
Okay.
And we had a really good team, and I love all those guys. And that was when I started kind of getting into it. I played travel basketball, played church league basketball, played rec, like played so many leagues, and it was just and the middle school team. So it was just really fun. Like, I'd say it kind of grew like on me just being around it so much, because all of my friends that I became friends with in starting out in middle school, like they all loved basketball and playing it. And like the more I played it, the more I realized that I really loved it.
That's awesome. That's great. I'm glad that you fell in love with the game, and it's obviously working out in your favor, and with everything that you have going on, and with basketball and stuff like that. And it seems like you're just having a good time out there where you play as well.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
That's awesome. Do you have any, do you play any AU ball?
Yeah, I've been playing for the Rhode Island Breakers the past 3 years. Yeah, it's been nice. Coach Brandon Barboza, I really like him. He's been really good to me, helping out with everything. Yeah.
That's awesome. Is there anything that like you learned from him or like from the Breakers as you went on to grow?
Yeah, I think a lot was we played against some pretty good competition, so a lot of it was just being able to, like, especially playing against bigger guys, like being able to just find ways to win games, even when you're not like, because we weren't that tall of a team. We had some tall kids, but we weren't like, when we played like these other area teams were like massive.
Yeah.
I think big thing I learned was like being able to win games, even if you're not like say the favorite to win. Just finding ways to win games. That's a big thing I learned.
That's awesome. I think that's a great thing. That's just this shows the fight and the dog on that one.
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of times you're not supposed to win, but you find a way to win, and that's a big skill.
That's great. That's great. And now, do you have any pregame rituals or superstitions?
I actually, to get warmed up, I have just a treadmill, and I jog half a mile with a mask on in the treadmill, and then like do a little ball handling drill, and like my unfinished part of the basement, just do like some ball handling drills just to get warmed up. Because I don't want to go into the gym just cold and like being in layup lines. That's like the first time I touch a basketball all day.
Yeah,
I
I
hate
don't
that
blame you.
feeling.
It's not, yeah, it's not a good feeling when you come in cold. You can't shoot the ball very well.
Yeah,
Like that, yeah.
I always want to be ready.
Now, do you live close to Prout, or do you still live in?
I actually, it's funny you said that. I live like pretty far away. I live in I live in Cumberland, which is
Okay.
like 45 minutes from Proud. But my grandma, she lives in Matunic, which is about 10 minutes away from Proud. So during the season, I try to stay with her as much as I can.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's a long drive, and then
Yeah,
especially if you don't have that treadmill before to go get warmed up before a game,
yeah,
you might have to go run again to get warmed back up again.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
It's tough. That's tough. Hey, at least it's a good ritual to have, and that's awesome. It's
yeah.
great that you could stay at your grandma's. Mattoon's a beautiful area as well
Mm.
too.
Yeah, it's funny. You said that because my first 2 years of high school, I was at
Okay.
LaSalle Academy,
Yeah.
and then I was thinking like I was for sure just gonna transfer to. I was definitely gonna transfer. I was feeling, but I was about to go to Cumberland High School. Like I was definitely just because all my closest friends are in Cumberland
Yeah.
here with me, and I was like almost certain gonna go there, and then I figured I would just shadow at Prout, see how it was going, and I loved it there. So from then on, it was just like I needed to go there. It just clicked. Something about like us. We're not that big of a school. It's like a small community. Everyone knows everyone. I really enjoyed it.
That's great. That's great. Do you have any friends that play on the Cumberland basketball team too?
Yeah.
Who do?
I don't know if you know Jackson Walsh. She's like my best friend.
Yeah,
Like
Jackson
I've
was on the
known him my
show.
whole life. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He lives like right down the street from my house. So
that's awesome. He's a
yeah,
great kid. Yeah, he's a great kid. Great
yeah, he is.
athlete as well too. Both of you guys can ball. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
for
great.
sure.
Now, want to ask like some things outside of basketball, just for the fans of the listeners, get to know you as well. Favorite kind of music and favorite artist.
Favorite kind of music is definitely rap. Um, and my favorite artist all time, I think it's Juice World for sure. Juice World for me. But like now, it has to be Little Baby.
That's
Little
like,
Baby.
yeah, that's like the favorite. I feel like it's like Lil Baby or NBA Youngboy or Lil.
I don't like NBA Youngboy. I'm not
No,
a fan of NBA.
no.
You can either love him or you hate him. I just don't like him that much. I'm not that big of a fan.
I don't know what it is. I like everyone always like picks those. Those are like the guys to go to that like they'll listen to.
Yeah,
And then I was told
I
you
like
don't.
Polo G also.
Yeah.
Lil Durk. Durk is good too.
Do you like Pop Smoke too?
I didn't like him, but like when his album came out in the summer, I started listening to a little more. He's pretty good also.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
all time, Juice is just like head and shoulders above everyone else for me.
yeah. He's got some good music. I've heard Juice WRLD before.
Yeah.
I am way out of the times with all this music. I've literally just got to create a playlist. Like I have to go back to listen to all the episodes and see who everyone suggested. I was also
Yeah.
told don't listen to Axe Beat before a basketball game because it'll get you in your feels. Is that what?
Oh yeah, I definitely will.
Yeah.
Juice is kind of like that too, but like before games, it's definitely like Little Baby, Polo G, maybe some Uzi in there.
All right. Yeah. I like
That
Uzi.
gets
I
you
think
pumped
Uzi's
up.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uzi's
he's good. He's really good.
yeah. Is there like do you have like who's on your playlist before a game?
Yeah, I think it's Little Baby, Polo G definitely. Little Baby's like the main one. Just listening to a ton of his songs because he really gets you pumped up.
Is there a
For
song I
sure.
should listen to Lil Baby before I run or go to the gym or during the gym?
Yeah.
What song?
Oh, you're saying there's a song.
Or a song just to get into them, like the good song that I can try to like just.
I'll listen to Same Thing by Little Baby. Listen to. I'm trying to think. I can let you check my playlist right now. Listen to Same Thing. That's a banger. I gotta think of my playlist.
That's all right. Yeah, that's fine. We can move on and we can talk.
Oh, I have a ton. All right. We'll think about
it. All right. And then, what's your favorite food?
Favorite food? I'm gonna have to say, just classic. Like a good pepperoni pizza. Nothing beats like a good pepperoni pizza, I think,
That's that. No,
in my opinion.
can't go wrong
Yeah,
with that. No,
yeah.
that's a good one. Now, do you have a pregame meal before you like play or anything?
Pre-game meal, I actually always try to have like pasta,
Car-
just straight pasta and sauce before a game.
Just carb.
I don't know why. Yeah, carbs. Just I don't know. I don't know what it is, but the first game of the season we played Pontiac. I just had pasta just because that was what was for dinner before the game, and then I played pretty well first game. I think I had like 29, and we won by a lot. So ever since then, I was like, gotta have pasta.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's really great. And then, what do you play? Like favorite NBA team and favorite player?
I don't really have a favorite team. I kind of just like all kinds of players. But if I had to pick a favorite player, it's kind of like based on year to year. But this year, my favorite player might be Jeremy Grant on the Pistons
Wow. Okay, that's a
this year.
random one. Yeah.
No, he's been doing good. He's averaging like over 20
Is it?
this year. You know about him? You
Yeah, I
probably
do.
don't know
Yeah.
about him.
Didn't he play it for the Thunder before? Like,
He played for the Thunder, and then he played for the Nuggets last year, and then this year he's on the Pistons, and he's been doing really good.
really?
Like he could have been an all-star.
Huh.
It's
All right.
because we have my mean friends and I have a fantasy basketball league, and I picked him up. Like everyone was saying, like, what are you doing? That's a bad pick, and he's been doing really good. So that's why he's my favorite player
All right. All right. I'll
this
definitely
year.
check him out. Yeah. All right. That's a good one. All right. And then last question. Uh, Favorite thing to do outside of basketball or sports in general?
Outside of basketball, I gotta say, in the summer especially, just going to the beach with my friends, playing like spike ball, just hanging out. That's gotta be my favorite thing. Just driving around, like vibing out, having a good time.
Nice. That sounds like a
That's
good.
definitely my favorite thing. Yeah, getting some food for
That's,
sure.
those are the best summers, man. Usually you get
Yeah,
right while they
I was
last.
kind of grateful I was able to have like somewhat of a normal summer this year.
Yeah, something. I mean, yeah, we're right
Yeah,
there.
it was something. I had like a pretty small circle, but it was like all the friends that I would normally see. So it felt pretty normal.
That's good. That's good. And then
Yeah.
what do you want to? Do you know what you want to major in college?
I would probably psychology. I was leaning toward the psychology pre-law. I either want to be a lawyer or a psychiatrist.
That's
So
awesome. That's awesome. That'd be great.
yeah,
That's awesome. Well, John, that's all the questions I have for you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, keep balling the way you're balling, and keep playing
for sure.
basketball. Do what you're doing.
Thank you.
Any thing before we sign off? Any statements, questions for me, or anything?
Sure. How did you decide to get into this whole podcast thing? Like, what made you want to start it?
So yeah, I had one before where I was talking to professional athletes, and then and just from there, I was doing so much I work as an accountant for like my
Oh,
full-time job, and I
that's
just
cool.
wanted to break some like because I was studying for stuff, and I was like, I just want to break. I want to get back into the sports world,
Mm.
and so that's how I first started getting into it. Then how I started the Rhode Island one. This one was because when I was living in Texas for a little while, everyone knew all like the players in the state or like in their county, and which is like pretty much says Rhode Island, any county over there. But like they knew all
Yeah.
their players and stuff like that, and the coaches, and they have their own radio and TV show for them and all the things. So I was like, I want to when I move back, I want to do that for Rhode Island, and just I moved back recently, and I started it, and I've been enjoying it, man. It's been a lot of fun. I love getting to know you guys, and
Yeah, that's awesome.
it's all about you guys. It's all about the kids. So like it's all about like
Yeah,
you, and it's important and stuff like that too. Gets you guys ready for the next level too. Like you might get interviews from people and stuff. And
for sure. Yeah,
yeah,
it's definitely my first year getting all these interviews and stuff.
yeah, that's awesome.
So
How many
yeah,
interviews have you done?
I believe there was a Providence Journal guy there on our senior night, which is like the third game of the season, our first home game or second home game. I did that, and then I did another one with Providence Journal, but then this one here. So this is like my first year getting the interview experience. It's pretty cool.
That's
For
awesome.
sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All the spotlight. It's cool. And then yeah, we'll have to do some too down the line. Another thing I want to do as well is is have some of you guys come on and just talk about how the season went, and also want to talk maybe just if you guys are ever interested, just want to talk sports and do like a show yourself and just let you
Yeah,
guys take over, and I'll just sit back and prop the questions and let you guys
yeah, that'd be cool.
do
A
something like
couple
that.
of a couple of my friends, like 2 summers ago, we did like our own version of like an NBA podcast. Like we were talking like all the sleeper teams, like who you think's gonna win MVP, like before the season started. Like and it was like 45 minutes to an hour, and it was pretty cool. It was
That's
fun.
really
Definitely want to get into something like that.
yeah. That's I probably might set something up like that for like the NBA playoffs or something, where just like have you guys on and we can talk NBA playoffs and you guys can make your
Yeah,
predictions and everything like that. So we'll
that'd be cool. That would be fun.
do something
That would
fun
definitely
like
be fun.
that. But yeah, this has been awesome, John. I really appreciate your time, man. You're a great kid. Coach Phil said
Thank
he's
you.
a lucky guy to have coached you during his career.
Thank you.
Yeah. What is
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Well,
what's that? What's it like having Coach Phil study as a coach? Is by the way.
oh, it's awesome. You really never know what you're gonna get from Dean. But I love him. But
Might want
some
to call
days like,
him Coach because he'll listen
oh,
to this
coach,
and be
coach,
like,
from coach. But yeah, my fault, coach, if you heard that. But he's well, you never know what you're gonna get from him. Like some day, like he's always has the best intentions, but some days at practice he could be joking and you could just joke around with him. And other days, like he'll just be screaming and we like it's a track practice basically. So it really depends. You never know what you're gonna get. And but I always know that he's always just gonna do whatever he can to help us out with anything. And that's really what all that matters. And it's been really fun having him as a coach for
That's
sure.
awesome. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
John, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, man. You have a good one, and thanks for being on.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you.
All right.